Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the girl Eleshi Cynthia. If today is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you're equally welcome. So in today's video, I'll be taking you guys through on how I achieved this beautiful cut wedding look of my beautiful client. If this is what you're interested in, just stay tuned and keep on watching. So to start, I started with my Julie Diamond facial cleanser. I cleansed her face thoroughly. You actually need to clean your face. You need a clean canvas to work on. So after cleansing her face, I went on with my snail serum. Yeah, I went on to apply that zealously on her face, massage that into the skin, and after applying that zealously on her face, I massage it into her skin. Then over with the skin moisturizer, I also apply that generously on her face. Then equally massage it into the skin, into her skin. Just apply it all over the face and use your palm to blend it into the skin. So guys, my client was actually talking throughout our section, so you'll be seeing her mouth moving and talking. So most times you have clients that would talk from the beginning of their section to the end of the section. So just learn how to work with clients while they are talking. So now I went on my mirror skin prep to control sweat and oil all over her face. I applied this all over her face apart from the under eye. This is because the under eye actually needs to be moisturized. It doesn't need to dry, so to avoid creasing. Normally the under eye creases, so when you apply primer there to it will further make it to crease, so you avoid there. And after that, I went on my grip primer. I applied that seriously on her face. Use my brush to spread it all over her face and then massage it with my skin before going over to the foundation. And I'm using my foundation from V Beauty and Sylvia Mac. I use the darker shade at the four corner of her face, the chin, the cheek, that's the contour area. Apply that. If you've been in this channel, you know my pattern of foundation application. So now I'm using my K Cosmetic to contour her nose. Then went on with the lighter shade from, I think the lighter shade is the Sylvia Matte, to form my base for the highlight areas before I go over to highlight them. Now this is me applying my concealer. I think I missed my Zika concealer on my palm before applying that directly onto the skin. So when applying that, I made sure to blend as I go. Make sure to blend as you go. Then for her blush, I'm using my Bicham Ageless Lip Palette. Guys, this is what works for me. Using lip palette as blush has always worked for me, and I am sticking to that for now. It has been working for me. So this is me blending that blush out into the skin, making sure that there is no demarcation. I'm using the leftover to apply on her forehead areas, just to give that a little bit of warmth. Yeah, it does a whole lot. Then over to the under eye to set her highlight area. I went on to still blend the under eye so there won't be any creasing there. After that, after blending it, I went on with my La Vida Beauty Powder Palette to set the under eye, and I'm using that small blending brush from that brush. I actually got it it doesn't have a name. I just bought it like that because I needed something that's precise and as fluffy as that. That's why I got it. So going over with my ginger, I went on to set those places that already set with my powder. Then using my powder to set all over the face before baking. Guys, this La Vida Beauty powder has been my newfound love. Like ever since I got it, it's been doing the job for me, and I've been sticking to that. I had other palettes, but it's just giving me what I want. So I once anything that works for you, just stick to it. Keep on using it. So now I am setting baking. Now the essence of my baking is to help me catch fallouts from the eyeshadow. And whenever I want to do my eyeshadow, I do bake so that the excess powder on the face will help me to catch fallout. Then using Julie Diamond Cosmetic brow tint, I brushed up the brows. This will actually help your client's brows to stay the way you brush it throughout the period that she'll be wearing her makeup. So now I'm using my Benai White Clown primer. I'm going to prime the face. Blend that in with my blending brush. That's a little bit blending brush that you see. Before you apply your shadow, make sure you blend out the shadow primer very well so that your shadow will place well without creasing. So over to transit, I went on with to use my Lavender Beauty powder, those two brown shades, mixed it to transit. As you see, I'm using it at the crease area. It needs to be soft at the inner part. So after that, I went on to use the darker shade of brown from this palette at the outer part of the eye. So just watch me as I do it. I just blend as I go. Then using the darker shade, I went on to blend in as well. I dab and blending as well. So this is me blending in very well. I'm making sure that there is no demarcation, there is no harsh line. While applying your eyeshadow, just make sure to blend it very well. Now using that nude shade from Sylvia Mark eyeshadow palette, I went on to use that as my base, and I'm applying that with a fluffy brush. When applying base, always use your fluffy brush. When you get it, you place it directly onto the skin and then blend it into the other colors that you've already applied so that there won't be any harsh line. That's the essence of using a fluffy brush. And then as you're applying, you swipe, just swipe as you go, swipe it in as you go. So that is basically it for this eyeshadow. I did not really do much. It's a cut wedding. It shouldn't be too much. So went on with that dark brown to further deepen the brown area, like the outer part of that brown, touched it there, blend as I go. So that is basically it for this eyeshadow. There was nothing much there, just when doing a bridal work, especially for white wedding or pot wedding, it has to be as subtle as possible. It has to be as natural as possible. Yeah, it's not a traditional barring. So going over with that brown and with that black shade from that Sylvia Mark, I went on to kind of form my lining with the eyeshadow. In fact, I used my eyeshadow as my liner here, as you can see the way I'm doing it. And now I'm using not just a fluffy brush, a precise brush. There's no fluffy. The brush I used here was not precise. It was not fluffy actually, but it's just like that. It's just very thick at the moment. I used it to form her liner. I didn't want to use my gel liner for this. So for the under eye, I went on to smudge the under eye using the orange shade. Mix it with kind of a little bit of black. Then that's basically it. Then for the eyebrows, I went on to mix my Beyond Beauty gel liner in the shade black and my Carrot in the shade brown. I mixed them to line her eye using that flat brush to line the eye, and then start forming my stroke from the outer part to the inner part and then fill it. That is basically it for my eyebrows. Now I don't conceal my brows, or recently I don't conceal my brows, and they come out very nice. Now if you don't want to conceal your brows, all you need to do is apply your shadow first before drawing your brows. And while drawing your brows, make sure to be very very careful not to, you know, mess up the lining of the brows. But if your hand is straight and you do it very well, there is no need concealing for me. Then over to her lip, I went on with a nude shade, applied it generously on her lips, blended it in with my brushes, and then went on to use the brown shade to also line the upper part of the lip. As I'm lining it, just make sure to line it properly. Don't do any mistake. In fact, don't go out of the area that you're meant to line. I didn't overline because she already has a big lips. I just lined her lip the normal way it was. Then apply that nude on the upper part, then blend the nude shade to the brown shade, and that is basically it for this look. There was not much. The lady was already in a hurry. The husband was waiting for her downstairs, so I had to rush every step of it. But at the same time, while I was rushing, I had to still, give it our best. You get. So I went on to use my Savior mark to set the lip. That's the same nude shade that I used for her lips. I used to set the lips. Then went on with the brown shade in that Savior mark too to set the place areas that I applied brown on, and then dust off the excess powder on her face, powder her face in general. So that is basically it. So at this point, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Just take a minute, just pause this video, go and click that subscription button if you have not subscribed to my channel. Then turn on your notification bell to get notification whenever we post new videos, because we'll be posting a whole lot of tutorials here, different looks. The last one I posted was a bridal shoot, and this particular one is a cut wedding look. So we'll be posting different looks and we'll be giving you tips on makeup, basically on makeup. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, don't forget to share this video on your stories, share with your friends. You never can tell, someone might be in need of this video in your DM. So now I went on to use my Kids Beauty setting spray to set all over the face. Use my lash pack to fan dry it. Although there is fan in front of her, but I wanted it to be more faster. I felt using that would be more faster. So going over to brush her lower lash, I'm using my DD Beauty mascara to brush down the under eye, and that is basically it. And the end of the day, just applied my gloss. I didn't do much in terms of the glow part. I just didn't really do much. It was just a kind of matte lip and all, and that is basically it for this look. I only went on to apply my highlights at the highlights area. I didn't really do much. The face was the kind of more of matte look and all, and that is basically it for this look. So this is the finished look. My client is ready for her cut wedding. Everything gave. She loved her makeup. Even her husband, the next day the day her husband saw me, he was like, "Is she the person that did your makeup?" She said it, and she was like, "You sabi work." That is what the man told me. Like, you're like one bottle on my head. So guys, this is basically it. This makeup is so beautiful. I'm loving the outcome of the whole look, starting from the lips to the eye, and how subtle everything was. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in my next video. Bye.